Hi, everyone. This is David, the TA, and I'm going to go over this balancing squares activity. So the basic idea for this activity is that if you have squares, you should know that the side lengths are going to be equal to each other. So you probably know that if you have 49, this side length would be root 49, which is 7, but they might not have done square roots. So you can ask them, like, what is a square? How do we find the side length? And you might just have to go through and do a table of like, oh, so a 1 square by 1 square gives you 1, a 2 square by 2 square gives you 4. And it's okay to sort of maybe go a little slower, but the main thing is we want them to sort of understand what squares are. And then if they know that this side is 7 and this side is 7, then that makes this whole thing 8. So then this side is 8. So then the whole shape is 8 times 8, which is 64. So again, sort of like make sure they know that a square, it's one side's the same as the other, because then you sort of are going to find different squares, and that is how you're going to find all the squares in this shape. So if we do 8 plus 1, that's 9. So this is 81. And then this is 9 plus 1 would give us 10. So this is 100. And then, so then this side right here is 10. And this side right here is 6. So then this is 4. So we get that this is 16. And then if this is 4 and this is 10, that makes that 14. So you're sort of adding and subtracting the sides. And I may be doing this a little quickly, but if you can sort of see that, like, we're just at we're finding what one side of a square is by subtracting other terms. And then let's see, this was 7, this is 8. So this would be 15. So this would be 225. And then you can either do that this is 14 plus 4. So you get that this is 18. Or you can do that this side length right here is 15. And then this side length is 7. And then without this 4 gives us a 3 here. So you get 18 on both sides, and you have that this is 324. So then you figured out what all these squares are. And then if you look, the whole big square is 18 and 15. And they can either add those up and multiply them to and square it, or you can sort of add up all the squares. But then the activity, the next part is to try and figure out how to get half. So if you do, so the goal would be to try and find squares that add up to, if I just do this real quick. So the total area of this thing is 1089. So we want squares that add up to sort of 544 or 545. So just sort of picking different, seeing if you can pick different squares, like you could pick this one plus this one, and that would get you 500 or 549. So that's reasonably close, but see if you can also get it closer.